Hey, my name is Ruth. I am here to help women get through heartbreak. No, I don't know it all. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I just been through some shit and I can tell you how I got through it. I can tell you a story about what I went through. I'm very transparent. I actually love to tell my story. I'm no longer a victim. Well, it's not that bad. It's see, that's the problem. We gotta stop putting breakups on a pedestal. We gotta stop doing Netflix documentaries about how a man hurt us. It's not. I'm just gonna tell my story. It is no specialness to it. It's no, it didn't hurt me. It didn't devastate me. It didn't kill me. I thought so when I was going through it, but I just want to tell you about what I went through. Anyway, I'm going through I was on a spiritual journey. I thought I was, but I'm already awakened. I'm already who I think I am. I'm already one with source. I claim it, regardless if the mind sees it. I claim it. So I went through a spiritual awakening, which was hard for me. It was hard. It's going to be hard for anybody going through a spiritual awakening. I went through a breakup with a person that I was deeply in love with. It was a spiritual connection. No doubt in my mind that person was deeply in love with me. We were two souls that connected on a cellular level. It was deep. But when a woman, feminine energy has a very strong magnetic pull, I meant a very gifted soul. I meant a light that shines like Cleopatra. I meant, yes, women, feminine women, we are so strong. Like, we don't even understand our own light. So when we think these men left because we did something wrong, we actually short circuit their system. Let me give you an example. When I was younger, I had a Honda, maybe like an 88, 89 Honda. And I remember I had to get something fixed on my Honda. Like I had to get an alternator fixed on my Honda. And the thing was, the mechanic was saying, if you keep putting these new parts in this old car, the new parts will outwork the old parts. Like, I might get a starter, but then the alternator go out because the starter is so new and so powerful, it overworked the alternator, which didn't have enough strength to catch up. That is how it is when you are in your pure, rawest feminine energy. So if that man left when you were broken, if you was in wounded feminine energy, imagine how strong healed feminine energy is. I need you to get the gist of how strong you are as a feminine energy, man or woman. Femininity is a frequency, and we are receivers. We receive from the universe. Imagine how powerful you are. So back to what I was saying. So a woman that don't even know her own strength is dealing with a man that is spiritually immature. Men are spiritually immature. It has nothing to do with the job title, the car that they drive, the clothes that they wear, the money that they make. It doesn't matter how much they sling. That has nothing to do with the soul. The soul, see, the relationship, the trauma bond is so deep, is on a soul level. So that man's soul is bleeding and asking for the light of Christ, but he can't find it. So therefore, God puts two people together, a man and a woman who is also broken. I'm not saying that these two people are meant to be together. I'm not that delusional to say, oh, this person needs to be with me. No, but what I'm saying is these two souls both need to learn a lesson. So God put these people together in pairs. So stop looking at your ex as your enemy. That's like rule number 3. Rule number 1 is like seek a higher power, then forgiveness. But I want you to take a minute and step back and look at them as just your energy pushed out. Because whatever you magnify in the mind, you actually magnify in the physical world. As above, so below. So I manifested this breakup because I had a limited belief of how men were supposed to treat me. I had a limited belief of being in a successful relationship. So everything on the outside was me. This is all what I manifested. I didn't notice at the time. I'm mad at the other person. I'm blaming them for my heartache and my pain. But it sent me in a spiral while I'm doing this. And it actually gave me an awakening of what actually was going on and how to get through this. Not on a level of revenge or hate that person. It is deeper than that. When you go through a breakup where you know the other person was just like, they turned just like that. It's not a avoidant situation. And I am not taking up for these men or women. I do not care. I am just saying, when you stop looking at the other person as your op and start looking at them as your lesson, start looking at them as you pushed out. You take all that energy away from being heartbroken. Bring all that energy back and put it towards feeling the emotion, feeling the heaviness, feeling the tightness, and be present with it. Be present with that emotion. That's how serious it is to be present with that emotion. That is the way out. You want a way out, you want to heal, be present. Sit with those emotions, sit with those raw emotions. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you dive right in them. That's yours. That's God. You don't run from what's yours. Stop running from you. When you run from you, everything that you seek will run from you. Not even men. I'm talking money, job opportunities, even the way that you manifest in your body, in your health. Your breathing is off. Your hemoglobin is low. You anemic. You catch colds all the time. Your knees hurting. You can manifest better when you just believe that you are able to receive better. You have to train the mind to think different, to get out of what we call heartbreak. Anyway, back to my story. So, yes, the man that I loved, I was trauma bonded to, I'm going to get to that too. The man that I was trauma bonded to left abruptly without an explanation. It just was the craziest thing ever. I don't understand it. But I'm learning it wasn't my job to understand. But these are the emotions that I'm going through when it first happened, which led me to my spiritual awakening. It just was like, when I went through the breakup, all these walls just closed in on me and I could not breathe. Because me, being an unhealed empath, thought that a man was supposed to heal me. He was supposed to save me. He was supposed to be my everything. He was my idol. So God had to humble me very quickly. So what God allowed me to see was, ain't nobody coming before me, baby. Nobody. Man, woman, or child. Nobody comes before the creator, because you are the creator. Everything is you. So how can you put something before you? And that was the problem. Don't ever put nothing before you, especially a man. When you on a plane and the plane going down, they tell you to give yourself life so that you can help others. You can't be no good to nobody until you help yourself. And helping yourself means becoming one with God, the creator, who you are meant to be. Your inner self, your spirit, because that's where your strength comes from. When you get that strength from spirit, you can walk away from anything. But that is a supernatural strength that only comes from God. It only comes from source. It only comes from you being present. God is not in the future. He is not in the past. He is only in the now, the right now. And when you sit in the now, that's where your pain is. Yes, but you sit with that pain and you just be. You dive into it. You just let go. Because guess what? That's how you birth new life. You go through the birthing process. When you have a baby, especially something big like twins or triplets, you go through more pain and more heartache and more trials and tribulations because you're about to birth something great. This is the same thing when it comes to a spiritual awakening. You're just being reborn. You are about to birth something great. And I mean amazing. I still don't even know what's coming of me. I just know it's big and I got to make room for it because it's grand. It's something that I couldn't even imagine. And it's the same that's going to happen to you because you're listening to me, right? We're all connected. So just think of me as being a little bit in the more of the observer. You already are. You just, your level of consciousness don't see it yet. So I just want to tell you that you are healing regardless of what the mind tell you. If you're watching me, that means that you're ready to heal and you're trying to find a way out, and that means that you will succeed. You cannot mess this up. You cannot mess up healing. When you get up every day and choose to heal, regardless of what happened after that, it is still going to work out, because once you press the key to that train, you are so powerful that that train, that locomotive, that 100-ton machine, your energy can move that. Your energy can move the world. Your energy can move the mountains, because your energy is the world and the mountains. Your energy is that man you're dating, the one that you're crying over, the one that you're trying to get over, the one that you're trying to get to choose you. That is you. You can't force nothing on the outside to choose you when you yourself cannot sit with that pain. So in my story, I went through this awakening and it broke me wide open. And I stopped being the victim, and I realized every single thing happened in that relationship, I brought forth. I manifested that. I thought of that. That's me. That man disrespects me because of me. That man talks down to me because of me. That man ain't at his greatest because of me. Because my mind, my imagination can't create nothing greater than him. That's why I have him. That's why you have who you have, because your imagination is not great enough to manifest something greater, something bigger, because you never felt nothing greater. You have never felt the love that you're actually praying for. So how do you know how to photocopy it? How do you know how to bring forth the love when you can't even be the observer of it? You can't even imagine it because you never felt